Welcome back to the Elias Macco Show, and it's the third hour of the show. We're going to begin by taking a look at the prayer room ban in Quebec schools. Now, a Muslim organization and civil rights group was seeking to suspend Quebec's ban on prayer spaces in schools, but their request was denied last week, and the ban has been maintained. Quebec Court of Appeal Justice Robert Mainville saying he wasn't convinced the appeal had a reasonable chance of success. To talk a little bit more about prayer rooms in Quebec schools, we're going to go now to the Mouvement Laïque Quebecois, where we find Guillaume Rousseau. He's a professor at law at Université de Sherbrooke and an attorney for the MLQ. Monsieur Rousseau, welcome to the program.
Thanks to you. I'm glad to be here.
I know you've come on the show once before, so it's good to catch up once again. I want to talk to you here about some of the arguments made in this case, right? So the groups that were fighting this prayer room ban, they said that the ban will cause irreparable harm to Muslim students. I would love your reaction to that claim of irreparable harm. And perhaps you can touch on the harm that comes from having prayer rooms in public schools.
Well, when it comes to the criteria of the harm, I pretty much agree with Justice Mainville, who wrote that the evidence showed that this is a very recent request by certain students who appear to have been able to perform their religious duties in the past without such arrangement in public schools. So I think that pretty much sums it all. I mean, and the way that the decree is written, it makes it possible for a student to pray individually, silently. That's not banned. What is banned is really to use premises in a public secular school in order to make sure that many students at the same time can pray. So because of the way it is written, because of the proof, because of the fact that before spring 2023, there was no issue. So I think I pretty much agree with Justice Mainville here.
What do you think the harm would be if prayer rooms were allowed in schools? What would be the harm?
If you read that the decree, the consideration at the beginning, basically what it is saying is two things. One is more of an abstract argument, basically saying that if you have a secular school, and then it must mean something. So if they are religious, the prayer rooms for religious purposes in secular school, then the secular school is not secular anymore. It's sort of a multi-confessional, multi-faith school, but not really secular anymore. So that would be the more abstract argument. And then the other argument, maybe more concrete, is really that the government, the decree care about students who don't want to pray and don't want to be under religious pressure. The decree is pretty clear about that, and the report by journalists when the story was published. First, I think it was by Cogeco. There was a lot of people were asking questions about what about those Muslim students, for example, who don't want to go to pray. If there are prayer rooms and many Muslim students go to pray, those Muslim students who don't want to go to the prayer, they will be under pressure. And the school, according to the spirit of the Bill 21, the public school is there to protect those who want to be protected from those religious pressure.
Let's talk a little bit about the Mouvement Laïque Québécois and who the MLQ represents. Let's talk about the parents and others that are represented right now.
Yep.
What would you say, who would you say the MLQ represents right now?
So the MLQ represents parents of children in public school, mostly, and mostly Muslim parents more precisely, but only in the case of the challenge of Bill 21 that is now in front of the Court of Appeal. We're waiting for the judgment, probably somewhere at the beginning of September. But the MLQ is not part of the trial when it comes to the prayer room, at least not yet. So just to be precise.
Do you think most people don't know that? Do you think that most people don't know that the MLQ is now primarily representing Muslim parents?
Yeah, I guess most people don't know that it was it was made public when there was the trial at the Superior Court, the trial of Bill 21. So every time we had a witness, the Journal de Montréal was there, with the picture of a witness and with the name, so it was pretty obvious that they were of a Muslim background. But I think that there's so much noise about the fact that some of the Muslim, some members of the Muslim community in Quebec oppose Bill 21, oppose the prayer room ban, and that's perfectly legitimate for them to oppose that, but there's so much noise about those who oppose state secularism, and there's less noise about those who support it generally. So I think you're right. Most people don't know that the MLQ represents a lot of Muslim parents who want to make sure that their children are not under pressure to pray or to wear a religious sign at school.
We're with Guillaume Rousseau. He's an attorney for the Mouvement, Laïque, Quebecois. So, Guillaume, let's talk about those parents that come to the MLQ. Why do you think those Muslim parents come to the MLQ and ask you to protect them? What's behind their requests to have the MLQ represent them?
Well, many of them, they're from North Africa. And in their country, there are issues. There are a lot of religious pressure from some groups. And for some of them, the reason why they come to Quebec instead of staying in North Africa is to make sure that they themselves and their children will not be under religious pressure. So that's the reason why they're here. And after that, they see that in public school or in different situations, their children are being told that since they have a Muslim name, since they have dark skin, maybe they should practice religion, maybe they shouldn't eat pork or so on. So they see that there's an issue here, and they want to make sure that their children are free from religious pressures.
And Guillaume, looking ahead to the Bill 21 battle, I know you'd mentioned the timeline. We're expecting a ruling on Bill 21 coming up pretty soon?
Yeah, probably next autumn, because the trial was last November, and we were hoping for a judgment before the summer break. Now we don't expect it in the middle of August, because I think that the Court of Appeal knows that there will be some media coverage around this judgment. So probably they will wait until September. They could wait until October, November. There are many questions. There are 3 judges. Maybe they don't agree on everything. They must discuss, and there's many issues. And that's why it's taking quite a long time. But I'm pretty sure that around September or October we'll have a judgment from the Court of Appeal.
Are you confident that Bill 21 will come out victorious?
Yes, we're very confident, because at the Superior Court, most of Bill 21 survived the test at the Superior Court. It was only about the fact that the Superior Court said that Bill 21 shouldn't apply to school English-speaking school board, because they have a right to manage their own school. And then the Superior Court also said that the MNAs shouldn't be banned from wearing religious sign when they're president or vice president of the National Assembly, or they shouldn't be banned from forbidden to have their face covered. So it was only 2 important part of the bill, but still most of the bill survived the test. And in these two examples, I think that the Superior Court had to go to a very broad interpretation of the right to English for English speakers to have their own school, and the right to vote and to be eligible in elections. So the Superior Court had to go to very broad interpretation in order to invalidate only 2 small parts of Bill 21, and therefore I think that we have a good chance to win at the Court of Appeal.
I guess we'll catch up when that ruling comes out. Guillaume, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks to you.
That is Guillaume Rousseau, an attorney for the Mouvement Laïque Québécois.